All right, here's a quick list of 10 ideas of things you can start doing in your classroom. Number one, let's go back to that unit about supply and demand. And I'm looking at that. They gave us some great ideas, but I don't see any essential questions, and I don't like writing essential questions. Write essential questions for this course. Okay. Oh, here's some questions they're giving us. Now remember, the human element is what you add to what this AI is giving us. It's possible all of these are terrible ideas. That's why we're humans and we can interpret what we actually want in our classroom. I'm looking at that. I'm not really sure what is supply and demand counts for an essential question. Maybe why is it important? Sure. But you can start to see how you have a base point for doing something that maybe you don't love doing. All right, here, let's try another thing about supply and demand. Give me 10 writing prompts about supply and demand. All right, here we are, just doing its work. Great. Okay, I'm going to move to something new. I'm going to go to another chat here. And I'm going to say, give me 3 book recommendations for a 5th grade boy who loves animals, comics, and gentle stories. All right, here's our book recommendations. Maybe we like these, maybe we don't. If we don't like these ones, guess what? We can ask for some more. Here, it's giving me 3. Let's see here. Let's do a regenerate response and let's see if we get something different. Yep, new stories. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to go to another new chat and I'm going to say, explain the Pythagorean theorem to me. All right. Okay, I can already tell that's way too long. Let's go shorter. I'm going to say, explain it to me like I'm a 5th grader. Okay, a little bit easier. Explain it to me like I'm a 2nd grader. There we go. Nice and easy. Pretty fun. Okay, let's go do another one. Let's go write a story problem that practices the Pythagorean theorem. Sure, here is a story problem. Okay, and then say, what is the answer? All right. Okay, and then maybe I'll try another one. Write a quiz on context clues. Here, I'm going to go back to our context clues. Write a quiz on context clues. Okay. Sure, here's a short quiz. No, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking of give me a short paragraph for a quiz question about context clues. Make it a multiple choice question. There we go. Make the paragraph longer on the next question. Exactly what I wanted. Let's do another one. I'm going to say, write a passage about why zebras have stripes. Here we go. Here's a passage for you. I'm going to ask, what grade level would this be best for? Okay, Middle school or high school. Okay, I'm going to stop and I'm going to say, make a passage about zebras for a third grader. Here we are. Now that might be too challenging. I'm going to say, make this passage a 300 level Lexile. And that says, one theory suggests that the stripes help to confuse. That seems harder than 300 L. Now you have to remember that there are lots of times where ChatGPT and AI makes mistakes. I think this is an example. That's much harder than a 300 Lexile level. I apologize for the mistake. Here's one with a 300 Lexile level. I'm not so sure about that still. But you can see that you can keep playing with it until you get to what you want. Let me do another one. I'm going to go to my list of students. Here's my list of students. And I'm going to say, here are my students. And I'm going to say, make a schedule for them to do sharing. Each share time takes 5 minutes. I have 15 minutes on Monday, 20 minutes on Tuesday, 0 minutes on Wednesday and Thursday, and 5 minutes on Fridays. Let's see what it does. Here's a schedule for you. Monday, I'm going to say, fill in the student names on the schedule. Here's my schedule. Monday, Emma, Liam, Olivia. Tuesday, Noah, Ava, Ethan, Sophia. There you go. And then let's do another thing. Let's go and my students are writing persuasive essays, okay? So I have here one of their persuasive essays. And I'm going to say, give me a rubric for grading a 5th grade persuasive essay. Sure, here's a rubric. I'm going to say, can you make this rubric in table form? Here it is in table form. Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to say grade this essay, this student essay, using the rubric. Okay, here is my student essay. Let's see what it says. Based on the rubric provided, here's a possible grade for the student essay. And then you'll see right here, overall, the essay does a good job of presenting arguments for why breakfast is important. It could benefit from addressing counter arguments and providing a call to action. Now, obviously, this is something that you take and you add your part to it, but it is definitely a tool to get you started on feedback and so much more. I hope those 10 examples are something that you think that you can use right away in your classrooms.